All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Let's go 8:15. It looks like they're actually kicking this off at 8:15. Shout out to Max. Shout out to the heavyweight champion of the world. Woo! I'm not going to do the whole long woo, but I'm hyped. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Got way too much nerves to hold a note for that long. But shout out to you, heavyweight champion of the world. So the Giants are kicking this off. This is exactly how I want it. I want to get this ball coming out of the half. I definitely want this ball coming out of the half. Jalen Hurts and the crew running onto the field. Listen, guys, this is how we can get it done. This is our time to get it done. As it starts to rain outside, I'm using an antenna to get this live. So hopefully we don't have any issues with that. As we got a little issues on my screen. All right. First snap of the game, first snap of the divisional round. Giants, Eagles. Hurts back in the shotgun. Two wide receivers right. A.J. Brown to the left. Miles Sanders to the right of Hurts. Hand off to Sanders. The Giants are there. Sanders is going to fight, but he's going to get about 2.5 to 3 yards. Jahad Ward is all there. Nice first play by the Giants. If the Giants want to win this game, they have got to limit this run game. They got to limit the run game. It's one thing limiting these receivers, but they have got to limit the run game 100%. Wayne Johnson is out there. Thibodeau's lined up against him. A.J. Brown in motion. Two wide receivers in. Play action to Hurts. Hurts got all day. He's taking a shot. A.J. Brown is there. Oh, that's not A.J. Brown. That's actually Devontae Smith. And Julian Love couldn't have played that pass any horribly. I mean, Julian Love was right there. He should have swatted that away, and for some reason he didn't. Let's look at this again. Julian Love had to follow Devontae Smith across the field, and he just judged it horribly. Devontae Smith definitely had the step, but I still feel like Julian Love could have swatted that. Either way, the Eagles are already in Giants territory. They're already at the edge of field goal range, if not already deeply in field goal range. Short pass off to Goddard, who's going to fight for it for 9 yards. Eagles so far, two sort of big plays. I mean, a 9-yard play, this pass play, but that like 40-yard pass to Devontae Smith, that second play from scrimmage, and then a 9-yard pass to Goddard. Eagles offense moving so far. This same thing happened last week. Let's see if this time the defense can hold them to a field goal in the red zone. 2nd and 1. You got to think the Eagles are going to they're going to throw this short, and a nice tackle by Adoree Jackson right there on Devontae Smith to make him lose a yard. Now this will make this a 3rd and a long 1, 3rd and 2 possibly. Adoree Jackson did a nice job there shedding that block and making sure that Devontae Smith did not pick up that first down. I mean, I thought that was pretty much a given that he would pick up that first down. Jarrad Davis again getting that start over Micah McFadden. I think Micah McFadden was inactive last week. Let's see, 3rd and 3. They're actually calling it. 3rd and 3. McKinney down at the line of scrimmage. Fabian Moreau following Devontae Smith across the field. The Giants are going man across the board. Jalen Smith is going to hit A.J. Brown, and we're playing so far off of him that he picks up an easy first down. Meanwhile, Xavier McKinney is putting up his fist like we stopped somebody on 3rd down. I don't know why he's doing that. Why? Listen, I do not appreciate the Giants playing this far off of these receivers. There should be no reason why we're playing this far off of these receivers. They will pick us apart if we play 10 yards off of these receivers. I mean, it's 3rd and short. I know you don't want to get beat deep, but you cannot allow this team. You cannot play this far off of these receivers. Again, they're 10 yards off. 10 yards off almost. 1st and 10, back in the shotgun. This time it's a handoff. Fake to Hurts, who's going to try to get the edge, and he is going nowhere. He's going to lose a yard. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is not right. He doesn't look decisive the way he's running. He had Jarrad Davis, and he couldn't beat Jarrad Davis to the edge. Yeah. Well, Gerard Davis was just there. Yeah. It was just good defense, but he couldn't beat him at all. And it just a good swarm by the Giants defense. This will make this 2nd and 11 again. Last week we gave up a touchdown opening drive. This time we want to make sure we do not do that. 2nd and 11 coming up. Kelsey to snap the ball. Hurts back there by himself. Hurts has got all day. He's scrambling. Goddard is trying to make a play, and he is going to pick up about 3.5 to 4 yards. And this will make this 3rd and about 6 or 7. So far, Hurts is 4 for 4 for 52 yards, but I do like the way that the Giants are playing so far as far as limiting him, as far as making sure. Let's see what's going on with Lane Johnson and Thibodeau. Lane Johnson is favoring that groin. He's out there fighting through that, but he's definitely favoring that groin. 3rd and 5. Man across the board again. They're playing off again. And Goddard is going to – McKinney gave up a touchdown, falling down on that route, and Goddard gets an easy touchdown. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. McKinney literally fell down in coverage. McKinney literally fell down in man coverage against Goddard and just gave up an easy touchdown. I wish I could see what happened right there, but McKinney just fell down. I mean, like, you can't do that. Like, the guy is reaching out with one hand to catch the ball at that point, like, and then Julian Love with a piss forward tackle effort. So the Giants give up 7 the first drive of the game, and we're back in the same spot we were last week. We allowed this team to throw the first punch and connect the first punch, and now the pressure's back on our offense to be superheroes again for the 2nd week. I am not a fan of the defense that Wink is playing today or the defense that he was playing last week as far as playing so far off of these guys. But either way, Eagles up. Eagles are at 7, and we are at 0 for now. Like, I don't understand how you just fall down. Yeah, McKinney he's been in good coverage on the tight ends, but McKinney is just letting these guys, he's just let them just catch that and running into the end zone by stumbling all over the place. It's like, are you really, like, this is not the game for you to be stumbling around. Like, that type of mistake literally could have cost you the game. I know it's the first drive, but, like, seriously, you can't have those kinds of mistakes. So again, it's not Adorie's fault. It's Wink's fault. Wink is telling these guys, I mean, sometimes it's up to the corner for how far he wants to play off, but all the corners across the board are lining up this far back. So it's like Wink is having them play so far off of these guys because he's scared of a big play, but they're playing 10 yards off. Of course, they're going to throw it. It's 3rd and 3. Why are you 10 yards back? Why is Wink telling these guys to line up 10 yards back when it's 3rd and 3? There's no way that you can guard a receiver like that in a short area. Like, it's literally 3rd and 3. That makes no sense. All he has to do is take 3 or 4 steps, turn around, and the ball is going to be right there. And especially when you run a slant route and the guy's that far off, it's physically impossible to cover that route. So, like, that's what happened with Adoree. Like, it's literally impossible to cover that route at that point. And I don't know how this dude fell. He just stumbled. He must have tripped over his feet, tripped over the turf. But this is, again, like, we cannot allow this, guys. We cannot allow this. We just can't. We cannot allow this. And people are saying house money, house money. I don't care about house money. All I see is a team that had a chance to get a 3rd down, stop in the red zone, and a guy trips over himself. Let's see what happened. He just tripped over himself. A guy trips over himself and gives up a touchdown. And then Julian Love runs across the field and barely touches the guy. And he just trots into the end zone. Like Julian Love as a safety has got to do a better job. Like he did not want any parts of making that tackle on the goal line. He just didn't. Size difference or not, he just did not want any parts of tackling that guy on the goal line. Gabe Brightwell is going to return this from the 1. Nice kick by the Eagles kicker, and he's going to return this to the 25.5. Maybe they might say his knees down a little bit earlier, but the Giants are going to have to put together around a 75-yard drive if they want to score. It's not cliche, Maximus. It's not cliche at all. The Giants have got to put together a sustained drive. They got to put together a sustained drive, and they got to put some points on the board here. So let's see if DJ can keep this playoff magic going on. Steve Young and Lamar Jackson are the only other players to do what he did last week, and both of those guys were number 8. Fun fact. 1st and 10, shotgun, handoff to Saquon, who's going to push forward for about 4 yards. Nice first run to kind of settle in the game. Better first run than the Eagles had their first drive. So 4 yards to start. This will make this 3rd and 6. Not 3rd and 6, 2nd and 6. The Giants looking like they are in the pistol. You got a referee coming onto the field, blowing a whistle. Who knows what's going on here? Referee stopped the game for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't know what's going on here, but they stopped this. they stopped this for some reason. There's something wrong with the chain gang. This is the playoffs, guys. Come on, like get it together. Like I don't know what's going on with the chain broke. Okay. I couldn't hear. I just heard chain something. So that's unfortunate. Now they're going to tape it. They don't have a backup chain. That's literally ridiculous. That's literally ridiculous. They don't have a backup. Yeah, I couldn't hear on the TV because I had my thing down low, but it's just like you would think they would have a backup. Yeah, of course, it's after we have a nice, decent first down run to kill the momentum. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Again, all those people like they wanted to tell me house money. I just don't want to hear anything about house money because I think the Giants did not execute as well as they could have this past drive. Like it's just plain and simple. If McKinney stays on his feet right there, if Julian Love literally jumps over the guy and swats down the ball like he's an NFL athlete, we have a punt if Julian Love swats that. And then on top of that, if McKinney doesn't trip, there's a field goal. So that's 7 points they've already given up that didn't need to be given up. So again, I'm literally going to say this over and over on stream because I've seen it all week, but I just don't subscribe to it. I don't subscribe to the house money narrative. I'm not happy that we showed up in the playoff. I'm not happy. Like we better show up, and we better show up and play meaningful football and make this a good game and win it. That's what I want to do. I want to win it. I'm not comfortable losing to the Philadelphia Eagles. I just can't do that. I can't do it, man. Like I just can't be that guy that just says, "Oh, we lost to the Eagles, the team that I hate the most." Oh, but at least we made the playoffs. No, I'm just not happy with that, guys. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this offense keeps it going. Nice first down run. It looks like who knows? Who knows if we'll make this or if this a heavy run game, a heavy pass game? We'll never know. I mean, we'll know eventually, but for now, it's impossible to know. We only ran one play. Maximus, Maximus, I don't want a close game. I want a win. I want to win. I bet you did. I bet you. How much you guys want to bet that these spots will start to be inaccurate? I bet you they'll start to be inactive. Do they even have a backup? All right. 2nd and 6 coming up. Giants in the pistol. 4 wide receivers out. I think 2 of them, maybe one is a tight end, Bellinger. DJ is going to hit Saquon underneath, who's going to pick up about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. And the Giants will have a 3rd and 4. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 coming up. Eagles, ridiculous defensive line. Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and what's the guy's name? Josh Sweat. We know Hassan Reddick is an issue too. Yeah, I hate Philly. I hate it. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Giants. DJ dropping back the throw. Richie James is wide open. He's got space. He's juking around like an idiot. Stay on the... Oh, my God. That dude just scared me. I thought he was going to fumble. Richie James had so much field wide open to the left of him, and he just juked back inside for some reason. He caught this. The guy fell down, and he's just juking around in the middle of the field. Like, cut back outside, man. Cut back outside, man. All right, 1st and 10 for the Giants. We're moving. We got our first down. We got 2 running backs in again. DJ's got forever to throw. Another guy wide open. Lawrence Cager for a 1st down, picking up 12, 13 yards. The Giants offense is moving so far. Giants offense is moving. DJ 2 for 2 for 14. It was behind Cager a little bit. If it was in front of him, Cager probably runs for about 15 more yards. 1st and 10. This is, I do not know who that is at the bottom of the screen. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon's got a hole. Saquon cuts back, pickup of 5. Giants offense moving again, as I said. Nice mix up with the run and the pass so far. The run has worked so far. The pass has worked so far. I'm really liking that flat that we're throwing to Saquon that basically lets him catch this ball with the ability to, take off and get upfield with it. Marcus Johnson in the game. Hate to see that. But 2nd and 5 coming up. Darius Slayton in motion to the right. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon had some space, it looked like, to the left, but couldn't get out there. Nice backside tackle, I think, from the backside defensive end. This will be 3rd and 3. Giants got to keep this momentum going. I'm not even thinking about this. Let's pick up this 3rd down and keep the drive going. Right outside the 35. Eagles are 22nd. No, we're 22nd in 3rd down. I don't know what the Eagles are in 3rd down on defense. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Giants. Saquon in motion. DJ's got to get rid of this, and he's getting sacked by Hassan Reddick. Evan Neal killed us right there. Evan Neal gave up instant pressure, and DJ just couldn't stay on his feet. He was going to take off right there. But just couldn't do it. Evan Neal couldn't even get a hand on him. He literally swatted DJ's back and took him down. Oh, what happened is he tripped over Andrew Thomas. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Looks like the Giants are going to stay on the field on 4th and 8. Maybe they're going to try to draw someone off sides. 5, 4, 3, 2. We snap it. We're actually going to throw this. DJ's got time, and he's just going to get sacked. Horrible a sundry of events. I don't even know if I used the sundry right, but that is literally the worst thing that could have happened our opening drive. Literally the worst thing that could have happened our opening drive. Literally the worst thing. Hassan Reddick is going to continue to do that to Evan Neal. That time it was a stunt, but he's going crazy. He's going crazy so far. See if it's any new comments. Nope. But yeah, I mean, horrible first drive. Picked up some 1st downs, picked up some momentum, but of course, 2 sacks to end the drive, 3rd down and 4th down. The Giants had had a chance to kick a field goal that was well within Graham Gano's range. I don't know what the wind looks like today, but for them to not kick that field goal is literally crazy. And if it's not a field goal, I would punt that. I mean, you can pin them deep. Make them go the length of the field. They're up 7. They're hot. Make them go the length of the field. Like, make them go the length of the field. Let's like, come on now. Like, I really think Gano would have made that field goal. And like I said, if the wind is crazy, then just punt the ball, man. Like, now the Giants defense is back in a position of where I really believe that the Giants defense is at a much worse. They're in a much worse spot than the Giants offense. Like, the Giants offense, you just got to stay on schedule. You got to be putting points on the board every time you're out there, because if you're not, you're wasting drives. You're wasting possessions. You drove all the way down the field pretty much and got nothing. If one has to leave, I would hope that Kafka stays, because Wink Martindale is a genius, definitely a genius. But I just don't want DJ having to learn a new offense, and he doesn't have to necessarily learn a new offense under Dable, but it's still different. You're working with a different offensive coordinator, a different play caller. Those things matter. Also, Wink Martindale today, these past couple of weeks, has kind of annoyed me playing this far off. And it's not to say he's a bad D coordinator or I even want him to leave. But just right now, if you're asking me, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. This was literally ridiculous, though. I mean, literally ridiculous. To go for that, on 4th and 8 when I believed that we were in field goal range, it's inexcusable, man. Like, I can't excuse that. That was just bad. Now they get the ball at midfield, hand off to Sanders. He's got a gap. And my TV just went out. Don't know how far he went. My TV just went out, and then they just showed him on the ground. So I don't know if he got 1 yard or if he got 6 yards. Second down coming up. Hurts hasn't thrown an incompletion yet. So it'll be 2nd and 6. He picked up 4 on first down. Aziz is out there. The whole gang's out there. Not much impact has been made. I haven't seen much pressure come through at all. I saw Lane Johnson grabbing his groin one time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he can't still dominate who we have out there across from him. McKinney coming down to the line of scrimmage looking like he's setting up a blitz, and McKinney's going to come off the edge, and there's a handoff to Miles Sanders, who's going to accelerate and try to drag Jalen Smith, who picked up about another 4 yards. And Jalen Smith was able to stop his momentum, and this will be 3rd and 2. This is a crucial down for the defense. If they can get a 3rd down stop right here, listen, if they can stop him right here on 3rd down, they literally rescued the offense. Literally rescued the offense. Pitch to Boston Scott. I don't know who this is, but pitch to Kenneth Gainwell, I think, who picks up a first down easily. The Giants were, of course, dialing up for that quarterback sneak or quarterback super sneak that they run in Philly, and they just pitched it, which I saw coming all day. All day, man. Easy stuff. And the Giants are on the verge of going down 10-0 to the number 1 seed. Deep in field goal range. Hopefully you don't go down 14-0. Again, no pressure on Hurts. He's got AJ Brown literally wide open. Literally wide open in the middle of the field. We're playing a soft zone. Like, why are we playing so far off of these receivers? I don't get it. Because right now, you're just letting them run clock. You're tiring out your defense. They're running the ball. Hurts is going to keep this. You're not tackling. Julian Love, sit him down on the bench, man. Sit him down on the bench. Sit him down on the bench. Please sit that dude down on the bench. He didn't come to play today. He didn't come to play today, man. He didn't come to play today. Hand off to Gainwell. Gainwell's going to pick up a first down right there. 3-yard gain. Like, Julian Love did not come to play today. He did not come to play today. Eagles are on the verge of scoring again. 1st and goal at the 6. Hand off. They're going to – are you kidding me? The tackling could not be any worse today. Like, the tackling could not be any worse today. Second and goal. They should have lost yards that last play, but instead, we gave them more yards. Short throw to Devontae Smith. He's got forever, and he's going to easily walk in. I knew that was going to score. That Devontae Smith has been running that play since Alabama, and no one ever tackles him. No one ever tackles him. Literally, the Eagles are about to walk inside of this field. They're literally about to run inside of the stadium. They're literally about to run inside of the stadium, man. And I'm going to have to turn off my notifications the next couple of days because I already know Eagles fans are going to come to that last video and act a fool. I already know it. I already know it. It's literally like they could not have coached. Like they could not have coached or played any worse on defense than they have so far. Like it's just horrible defense. The fact that you don't want to make any adjustments after they went right down on the field. Like they went right down the field with you playing that far off, and you just continue to play that far off. You don't have to blitz. Like you don't have to blitz. Like there's not blitz or play 10 yards off. You can just play straight up. Like you can just play straight up. You do not have to blitz. Wink either blitzes or is playing like 10 yards off. That 4th and 8 literally might have lost us the game. It literally probably lost us the game. To go for it on 4th and 8, what they said is that Gano tried to kick. They said Gano pregame, his long was 52. His long was 52 as they said Gano's long was 52 before the game, and that would have been a 58-yarder. So you don't kick the field goal there. And Dable is probably thinking I might as well be aggressive. It's 4th and 8. We're not really having any issues getting people open. But it doesn't matter because you can't protect. So why set up a 4th and 8 right there when you could just punt the ball? Make them go the length of the field. Why give the best offense in the league, the most dominant team in the league the entire year? Why give them a half a field to work with? Why give them the ball at the 50-yard line, essentially? That's literally like you might as with the Eagles. Giving them the ball at the 50-yard line or at the 40-something is essentially like giving them the ball at the 20. You're pretty much giving up points. I don't think Jalen Hurts has even thrown an incompletion. I don't think they've not we haven't gotten them off the field 1 third down yet, and they've had about 4 or 5 third downs. Week 14 they led 21-0. Week 18 they led 19-0. Today they lead 14-0. This team continues to dog walk us all over the world for literally the past 10 years. They're kicking it short again. Brightwell bobbles it. Brightwell's going to return. Brightwell is going to take this back to the 32-yard line. We'll get the ball back. We literally have to score here. And we would not have this much pressure. We would not have this much pressure if we would have just punted the ball. Because I guarantee you our defense probably gets a stop if we make them start at their like 5-yard line. But it is what it is. Offense is gearing up. They're throwing Marcus Johnson out there. I don't know why all of a sudden we've taken Hodgins out of the game. Maybe his ankle isn't right. But they got Marcus Johnson and Darius Slayton in the game all day. DJ literally stumbles. He's got all day. They're sending 4, and literally he's got all day. And Breida gets a first down. Like, I literally can't. I literally can't. I don't understand how that worked. But literally, Daniel Jones stumbled in his drop back, had forever to throw when they rushed their 4 guys, and just found Breida wide open for about 15 yards. I don't get how that worked, but it worked. 1st and 10, the Giants have the ball at the 49 of the Eagles. DJ's got this ball. He's going to throw an interception directly to the Eagles safety that crashed down on that route. And the Giants drive is over. That's James Bradberry. And Eagles fans, of course, all week said, James Bradberry is going to get a revenge pick. And guess what? He did. I mean, it is what it is. It's just one of those days, man. The Giants don't show up in Philly. That's another touchdown, too. That's another touchdown going the other way. Eagles have the ball at the Giants 46. Jalen Hurts keeps this ball. Thibodeau is chasing him down. He picks up 1.5 yards. At least somebody's hustling. I don't know what Daniel Jones was thinking. Daniel Jones is flustered because he's under pressure. He's getting knocked around. He's down by 14. He's in Philly. He's under pressure. I don't even think it's that Bradberry knows him. He just saw that all the way. He just saw it all the way. I mean, DJ dropped back. DJ dropped back and just kind of just focused on Bradberry back there. Not on Bradberry, but on Slayton. And Bradberry just broke on the ball. Yep. And hey, listen, are all you house money people happy now? I mean, I don't know who was saying house money in this chat, but for all the house money people, I know, like, are they celebrating right now? Because I'm not. House money. House money. I don't care what happens tomorrow. I don't care what happens in the game. House money. We made it. No, man, I'm not about house money. I don't know what's going on with the Giants, with the coaching staff. I think Isaiah Hodgins has to be hurt. I think Isaiah Hodgins. I think Isaiah Hodgins is hurt or something because he hasn't played at all. Let's see if I don't think I see him out there. I'm looking at this play over again. Yeah, the Giants just ran a stick route, and Bradbury saw it all the way. He saw it all the way. Giants have already turned it over on 4th down and threw an interception. That's -2 in the turnover rate and the turnovers. So 2nd and 8 coming up for Philly. They already got 127 total yards. Literally, like, y'all got to lock in right now, or it's going to be like unwatchable in the second half. It's going to be unwatchable. AJ Brown in motion. Hurts is getting chased. He is going to throw this away. Finally, we forced him to do something that wasn't a 1st down. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Giants. This time the Eagles are working against the wind. Wink Martindale has got the defense surrounding him. Who knows what he's saying? Hopefully it fixes him. But literally, like, we need somebody to make a play. We need somebody to make a play because, again, I'm not satisfied just being here. I'm not a house money guy. 3rd and 8. Hurts in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. 11 personnel. Goddard in the middle. He's manned up. The Giants are still playing literally 10 yards off of these receivers. I guarantee you they're going to give up a short. Looks like it's a false start. Now Hurts is saying that this is against us. Let's see. False start. Okay. This will make this a 3rd and 13. Let's see if the Giants can get off the field here on 3rd and 13. Literally is being gift wrapped for us. The defense made a couple of plays, and now with this flag, maybe the offense can get the ball back and score. But, you know, this is going to be a hard game if you're going to be -2 in turnovers. I'm counting -2 because that 4th down is a turnover. Giants again playing 10 yards off of the line of scrimmage. Hurts has all day. Leo's chasing. Hurts is going to run. He's going to throw. And that's going to be dropped on the sideline by Devontae Smith. So the Eagles, looks like they'll punt. We'll probably get this ball somewhere in the 15-yard line. And the Giants offense are going to have to put together something quick, or this game is going to get out of hand. Literally the best drive I've seen from the defense since the end of the Vikings game. And even before that, the Vikings looked terrible. I mean, the Vikings game looked terrible. That is not a flag. Do not throw a flag right there. Okay. Giants get the ball at the 9-yard line. Offense coming back out there. DJ has got to settle in. He's looking a little bit flustered, man. Didn't look flustered in Minnesota, but in Philly, he's looking a little flustered. You cannot fall apart here. This is where you got to show up the most. Like Daniel Jones, if you beat the Eagles in Philly in the playoffs in the divisional round, this Eagles team, do you realize like you'll be forever respected by Giants fans just for winning this game. Just for winning this game, you'll be respected. Just for winning this game, you'll be respected forever. Giants coming out of the huddle, still in the huddle. Last turnover translated to no points for the Eagles, so solid job by the Giants defense. Breida in motion. Hodgins back in the game. Handoff to Saquon. Handoff was actually an option. DJ kept it, and he went nowhere. Picked up a yard, but other than that, really nothing. Offense got to pick it up, man. They got to pick it up. We cannot, like, that fourth down play was literally like a game changing call. And are you telling me this dude came out of the game? Are you telling me this dude came out of the game? Why is Tyrod in the game? Oh my God. What is going on? What is going on? That's a contact lens. Who knew that Daniel Jones wore contacts? Who knew that this guy wore contacts? I didn't even know Daniel Jones wore contacts. All right, 2nd and 9 for the Giants. DJ with a fresh contact in his eye. Back to take the snap. A dart to Richie James, who's been the only productive guy so far in the wide receiver core. Picks up about 6. I guess that's 5 or 4. This will bring 3rd and 4 up for this Giants offense. They were moving the ball well in that first drive. They got to get back to doing this because, listen, guys, this game will get out of hand. I'll have a connection on here. I'll have a connection. It's getting ridiculous. 4 wide. Eagles sending a blitz. DJ hits him and he catches the ball. And the referee with a horrible spot. Hodgins caught the ball and he dropped it and caught it again and lost the yard. What can you do right there if you're DJ? What can you do? What can you do right there, man? And is Brian Dable going to be aggressive and go for this again? Or is he going to punt the ball? He's going to actually punt it. Oh, man, let me lean back because I am going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Oh, boy. Decent punt by Gillen, who punts it off to the 40-something. So ridiculous, man. Like, you just can't take this team serious. Like, you just can't take this team serious, man. Like, this dude really lost the contact lens. Oh, man. And watch the Giants defense get it. Watch the Giants defense come out and get another stop. And then the Giants, like, just ridiculous stuff here. You're down 14 in the first quarter, really? Yeah, it's looking crazy. It's looking crazy. Bradbury has been the Eagles' best corner. If you watch the tape, Eagles fans and some NFL fans say Darius Slay, Bradbury's their best corner. And this isn't me like, I'm a Giants fan, Bradbury. No, like, Bradbury's their best corner on tape. He just is. He's a lockdown corner. So I'm not surprised that he did that. It was a bad decision by DJ to throw that ball there. Literally a bad decision to throw that ball there. He should not have thrown that. It was a stick concept, and he just threw it to Slayton. I mean, Bradbury just jumped the route. I don't know why they traded away C.J. Gardner-Johnson. It was a dumb trade, in my opinion. But either way, he's on the Eagles. And I don't even think they have him playing slot. I think he's just playing safety today. They got the backup playing slot, and that's what Richie James has been exploiting. But everybody else is getting locked down. And I think what they did is just said, like, Isaiah Hodgins, like, there's no point in even throwing him out there because he's not going to beat Bradbury. And you see right there, he Bradbury was in zone. Isaiah Hodgins catches the first down, drops it because as he's corralling it, Bradbury hits him right here. You're a yard short. That's literally the difference between the first down and the fourth. And it's just so funny how, like, I would say like 80% of Giants fans have like converted over to being DJ fans. I bet you after this game, if we don't, if we don't sharpen this up on offense and make this like a game, it's going to be literally, that was ridiculous. The tackling is terrible today. But I guarantee you, if we don't sharpen up and come back and make this a game, that all those people are going to be back off the DJ bandwagon that quickly. Off of one game. That was just, it's just bad tackling, bad everything. How are you getting blocked 10 yards downfield? Why is Jelly? Dexter Lawrence is off the field and they're going to run it every play. Every play. Why is Dexter Lawrence off the field at all? He should never be off the field because they're literally going to run it right behind Kelsey over this guy who is a journeyman who shouldn't be on the field. Jelly Ellis should not be on the field. He's getting manhandled. He's getting thrown on the ground. The dude's like 350 pounds. He's getting thrown on the ground with one hand by Kelsey. Why is Ellis in the game? You don't have Lawrence in the game on third downs. You don't have him on the field and first downs. They're going to continue to run right behind him. It's going to continue to happen until you put Lawrence back on the field. So what are you going to do, Wink? They're going to continue to run it directly at Ellis because he cannot, like, he's just there. He's a waste of space on the field. He's a good guy. I don't have anything against him personally, but on the football field right now, he's a waste of space. He's literally a big guy taking literally two gaps. That's just getting obliterated. So they don't just have one gap to run through. They got 2-3 gaps to run through because he's getting manhandled. Which is why a backup defensive tackle is so important, man. We don't have and when I say backup D tackle, I mean backup nose. But this game is over, man. Like they kick a field goal here. Like this Eagles team cannot. I just don't see this Eagles team. They're way too good to blow this type of a lead. Unless the Giants offense literally catches fire before the half. The Giants just can't get it done in Philly. Like folding, man. Like folding. Last week was the Giants Super Bowl. That's why I just didn't want to subscribe. And I'm not saying that what the fans say have anything to do. Well, it might. It might. One thing I'll say is that I can't even think, man. One thing I'll say is that I really do believe like the Giants players started to believe what a bunch of these fans were saying. And it's not that they just heard fans say they heard the newspaper say it, they heard the media say it. They heard pretty much everybody involved say it. Which is, listen, the Giants weren't supposed to be here. It's house money. all the pressure is on Philly. All the pressure is on Philly. The Giant, like, and now Dexter Lawrence is back in the game after we gave him about 30 yards of offense and immediately shores up the run game. I'm so sick of seeing these linebackers on the field. So far today, the Giants have run the ball pretty much at will. Every time they've run it, they've gotten like 4 yards. And they've had 2 bad turnovers on offense. And other than that, I mean, they've been solid. Another handoff to Sanders, who's going to – I mean, I'm losing it, man. It's about to be 21 skunk. It's like – I'm not enjoying anything, Atlantic. I'm not enjoying this. Like, this isn't good. This, like, we're playing a division rival in the playoffs in the second round of the. You don't win a playoff game to just be happy that you made it here. You don't win a playoff game to be happy that you made it here. We're not here to just look around and look and watch the Eagles run up and down the field on us. We're here to win a football game. Yes, the Eagles are a better team, but they are not 21 points better than us. They aren't. You don't come out here and play football in the playoffs to lose to the Eagles. The Eagles of all teams, you're happy that we made it here? Dexter Lawrence talking trash to Miles Sanders. Man, I don't care what the 49ers do to the Eagles, man. It's just like I did not root for the I didn't do this. I didn't want to watch this game so we could lose, so I could say at least we made the playoffs. That's just not what I wanted to do. 3rd and 3 for the Giants. This is literally a must get off the field play. Hurts is going to keep it. Hurts is going to easily run for this first down. He's running out of bounds. Hurts isn't even healthy. Hurts isn't healthy. He's not even healthy. And like literally, the Giants fans that ran their mouth in week 18, they said, our third stringers gave him a run for their. They were not playing serious, guys. Like, they were not playing serious. Like, they were not playing serious, guys. It just wasn't that kind of a game. They literally were sleepwalking through that game because Hurts isn't even healthy right now, and they are steamrolling us. Our starters. Goddard is going to luckily stumble, but he would have walked into the end zone. Lights too bright. 1st and goal. 7:40 left in the second quarter. Boston Scott. I really had to stop myself from throwing everything in here. I really had to stop myself from throwing everything. I really had to stop myself. I literally took every single fiber in my body to not throw every single thing on this desk right now. The fact that this team owns the Giants so much that they can literally go out here on the goal line and throw in this journeyman loser, 5'5". They can literally throw Kevin Hart. I swear to God, this might be Kevin Hart. They can throw Kevin Hart in the game routinely, week after week, every single Giants game on the goal line, and he's going to run it right in. They literally do this 100% to troll us. 100% to troll us. There is no other reason Boston Scott should be touching the ball. They have Miles Sanders. They got Kenneth Gainwell. There is no reason Boston Scott would be touching the ball. Not only are the Eagles, not only do they whoop us, they literally say, I'm going to put this guy. Literally, the only reason he's on the team is to troll the Giants. Literally, the only reason. That's the only reason. That's literally the only reason, man. It's literally the only reason. It's literally legit the only reason. It's literally the only reason, man. Like, and now it's a Papa John's commercial. You can't make this. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up. It's not Pizza Hut, but it might as well be. You got a Papa John's commercial. Like, Giants fans, that's what I mean, Jay. It's literally, and listen, Atlantic, it's nothing personal against you, but I just seen so many people say, if we get blown out, I'll be happy. If we get blown out, I'll be happy. I'll be much happier than. Listen, man, I'm literally, how can we want to lose? Not want to lose, because I don't think any of these people want us to lose. But how can you be okay and satisfied after losing to this team that is disrespectful, to where they're going to keep throwing Boston Scott out here? I guarantee you, this game gets out of hand to where the Giants don't put up, 10 points, 7 points, 10 points, 14 points in the second quarter. If they don't do that, next half, Boston Scott is going crazy. Boston Scott is literally going to go crazy. Literally ridiculous. Literally ridiculous. Literally ridiculous. Literally ridiculous, man. Like, this is literally the worst. It's Philadelphia. They're not even wearing the black uniforms. The Giants went to Philadelphia. They won a playoff game so they could go here and forget how to play football. This team is not 21 points better than us. Oh, yeah, they definitely don't respect us. They definitely don't respect us. We went for it on 4th and 8 this time because we tried to say, oh, we're dominant. We're going to go for it on. No. If you don't punt that ball, man, like, come on now. What's going on, Ed, man? Terrible day. Terrible day today so far. It's just disgusting. I just hate to see this. Down 21 points. Let's see what Daniel Jones can he steady the troops? Pitch to Saquon Barkley. They're back. They're watching. He's going to lose 5 yards. They got Slayton lined up. They got Slayton trying to block a defensive tackle. 2nd and 14 coming up after we lose 4 yards on 1st down. This time, it's somebody else getting beat. Daniel Jones is taking off the run, and they're not allowing any of that. Picks up about 3. Yeah, the Giants are playing scared. The players, and this isn't it. Listen, man, the players are going out there scared, like they're terrified. And they got a spy on Daniel Jones too. They got a spy on him all day. I saw some Eagles fans say we're not putting a spy out on Daniel. They definitely had to put out a spy on him because 43 is spying DJ all day. DJ is going to launch it out of bounds. No one was open. And that's what happens when you got Isaiah Hodgins and Darius Slayton out there against much better competition. They just locked them up. Slayton might have had an opportunity to get it. Let's see what's going on. Hodgins might have had an opportunity to get it, but at the same time, that could have gotten undercut. Folding. They should put Boston Scott back there on punt returns. But easy, cool 3 and out. Eagles getting the ball back inside the 30. I'm sure they'll go the length of the field again. Yeah, they got to put somebody in there. Like, I'm just no. First off, listen, literally no team is. I'll take that back. No team in the playoffs is 21 points better than another playoff team. The Giants right now are getting blatantly outcoached. They're getting blatantly outplayed. They're not tackling. They're not blocking. And listen, first off, the blocking part, listen, that's to be expected. The Eagles have a dominant defensive line, but they're not tackling. They're not getting open. The run game was working until this past drive, but listen, it is what it is, guys. People were excited for this. People said house money. People said that they didn't care what happened today. It's just house money. The pressure's on the Eagles. The Giants can just roll out there, and that's exactly what the Giants are doing. They're just cruising out there. They just came out there relaxed, no pressure. We're out there. We do whatever, we can get blown out by 40. Nobody's going to care because we're not even supposed to be here. We luckily beat this. We luckily did. That's how this team is acting. That's literally how this team is acting. And I don't blame you, Joe Smo. Giants got you going to bed at 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Listen, I wasn't watching football back then, but if Bill Parcells dump garbage on the players, that is something else. That is something else. That is something else. He definitely should do that to us, to this team. I don't care how many years away the Giants are, they didn't show up today. They just didn't show up today. It's not about a number one. They didn't show up. A number one receiver isn't going to make Julian Love tackle. Like, why are they not blowing the whistle? But yeah, number one receiver isn't going to make Julian Love tackle. It's not going to make Xavier McKinney tackle. It's not going to make him stay on his feet. A number one wide receiver isn't going to make Evan Neal block. Number one wide receiver isn't going to make Brian Dable not go for it on 4th and 8. Of course we have holes, but where was that last week and the week before and the week before and the week before. Yes, we're playing a better team, but again, like, let's be real. Miles Sanders, easy first down. No contain. This isn't the way we're getting beat is not because players are bad. It's because players aren't executing. It's literally because players aren't executing. Yeah, they're still on the plane. Shout out to Joe Smo. Appreciate the $9.99. It's been a pleasure watching your streams, fam. Thanks. Hey, man, listen, I appreciated watching this all year with y'all. As the Jalen Smith is bad, man. Jalen Smith is horrible. But listen, I mean, I definitely appreciated being on here with y'all. I just wanted to keep it going. Or at least like make me think that it could keep going at halftime or after the first quarter. Because this team, you're saying you're about to go to bed. This team already went to bed. They're done. They packed it up. Like, they packed it up, guys. Does Danny stock go down? Yeah, it goes down. It has to. Just because he didn't show up. And I'm not going to change my long-term opinion. I think he can be the guy. But listen, guys, it just has to. His team didn't show up, and he's part of that. Yeah, if Hodgins catches that ball, the Giants may possibly be. If Hodgins catches the ball, it's possible the Giants could be at 14-7 right now. But he didn't catch that ball. The Eagles went down the field and scored. He also threw that interception, and that was definitely his fault. It wasn't a horrible interception, like an egregious one, but it was his fault. And the Eagles are already inside the 40 again, moving the ball, running this easy stuff, more bad tackling. The Vikings are sorry, but the problem isn't that we beat the Vikings. It's because the players obviously let it go to their heads, and they felt like they could bring their B game today. They didn't show up with the mentality to play today. They did not show up with the mentality to dominate and play today. They just didn't. Like, people love to say the players show up. They just didn't show up with that dog mentality today. It's gone. That time, McKinney got a hand on the ball. I mean, at that point, that's got to be a pick. I don't know who would have been able to make that pick, but I mean, when something like that happens, who knows? The defense has to be gassed. They've been on the field all day. They've been gashing us. If I was the Eagles, I would literally hand this ball off every single play the rest of the game. The rest of the game, I would just hand this ball off. 3rd and 6, 3 wide receivers right. I think they got a tight end left. Quez Watkins across the formation, switching spaces with Dallas Goedert, it looks like. The Eagles will call a timeout, I think. First timeout by the Eagles. Like, they really treated this like this was house money. Eagles run a screen, easily picked up. I mean, what else do you expect? What else do you expect as Lane Johnson is limping off the field, it looks like? Third and 6, they get 7.5 on the screen. Like they didn't show up to win. They did not show up to win. Like you should not, as a professional football player, be trailing by 21 points. This is not high school or college. By the way, this is going, we'll be trailing 35 points. Hey man, listen, Jeff. I can't say anything. I mean, I can't say anything about it, man. They showed up. Looks like I'm gonna have to go back to you're saying let's go Bills. Look like I'm gonna have to go back to rooting for LSU and just hoping that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase get back to the Super Bowl. Didn't show up. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing though. Hey, listen, I hate the Eagles so much. I hate them so much, but I can't. I It's not too much, man. It's not too much I can say. Uh, 1 yard per attempt, 1.8 yard per attempt. I'm not mad at Saquon. I mean, his first couple of runs, he had like 4 or 5 yards, and at this point, the offensive line is getting dominated. I'm not going to call Evan Neal a bust because he's playing through an injury, and he was playing a lot better than he's playing now. So if he comes back next year healthy and he's still playing like this, you got to move him to guard. You got to do something. Got to move him to guard. Down 21-0. Eagles are at 1st and 10 at the 26. 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. This game is OVA over. And you got a drop by A.J. Brown. He was wide open. Not wide open, but he bounced off his chest. Had a Dory on his back hip, but it was not a forced incompletion at all. James Smith, if you honestly believe that the Giants are going to muster up anything to come back from this against the pass rush, a pass rush that had 70 sacks this year, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. And listen, man, this isn't even me being upset about it. If you really believe that, listen, man, stay on that, and you can come back and laugh at me. But I just do not see that happening, especially when the Giants are about to go down 28-0. Jeff isn't even being rude at all. You guys must have never really gotten into a heat up with we're Eagles fans because Jeff is very mild. I'm not offended by anything you're saying, man. That's what I'm saying. He might be the most respectful Eagles fan ever. I don't see anything crazy that he's saying. I mean, as a division rival, him coming in and just saying like, what did he say? We own you. I mean, yeah, 3-0. I mean, why not be able to talk? I'm not upset at him saying that. Eagles are about to go up 28-0 on a division rival in the playoffs. Why wouldn't he be hyped? I know one thing. Julian Love is. I'm not paying that dude. Absolutely not. I'm not paying that dude. He's an average safety at best. He has his spurts where he makes good plays, but it's like I can get somebody else that can do that. I can get somebody else that can. I've seen this dude fold in both Philly games. He's given up 2 huge plays, one in the first game and the other in the next game, and his tackling has just been horrible. 16 first downs to the Giants, 3. First down again. toss to Sanders. The Giants are there, and Sanders makes some moves, and he's going to pick up 1.5. And it looks like Aziz probably is back on the bench. He's probably not healthy. And Jeff, a lot of Giants fans are saying this. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with going to the divisional round and get blown out by a division rival. I just can't do it. I'm not happy about it. A lot of Giants fans are. They're watching this saying, oh, at least we had a great season. I'm not happy about that. I'll think about that, in two months in the draft or something when I'm getting ready for next season. But for now, I mean, Giants fans have been celebrating all week. Like, we just accomplished everything that we could possibly accomplish. And like, hey, listen, like, no more aspirations. We shouldn't want to win any more games because we already made it too far. Oh, yeah, the rushing yards are ridiculous. They're probably already at about 150 yards. Another screen. This is just – they threw a flag for that? He's going for the ball. That's just a bad call, but who cares? I mean, we're down 21-0. But they throw a flag on 3rd and 8 when Gerard Davis is going for the football. He's going for the football. He's going for the football. He's literally going for the football. That's like a horrible call. Like, at that point, like, he's going for the football. That's obviously incidental contact. So the Eagles are going to 100% punch this in. That was our one chance to go down 24-0 instead of 28-0. But they're going to just punch this in. Literally, if the Giants want to have any shot at winning this game, this is easy. He's not going to make that tackle. Julian Love actually made a tackle. Wow. Julian Love actually made a tackle. All right, so the Eagles will actually come back on I mean, that's just a bad call. Who cares? It's not going to change the outcome of the game, but I would say that 100,000% like canceled out any shot they have it coming back. Snap it with 1 second. Hurts takes off. He's only got to beat Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is laughably slow. So literally, the Giants are down 28 points and a half. The only times I can remember the Giants ever coming out here, and I don't know why they're going for 2. Either way, I don't know what's going on right there. They took a timeout. Maybe they were trying to get us to jump to see if they can go for 2 and only have to get 1 yard, but it's kind of strange right there. Lawrence Taylor said he's about to put his pads on. One thing about Nick Sirianni is that he knows exactly what he's doing. That dude is definitely a huge him and Doug Peterson have definitely been trolls of the Giants, 100%. So that makes it 28-0. I don't know how many. I don't remember being down 28 points. Let's see. I don't know, but I can't. I can't remember the last time the Giants were down by 28 points. Well, Jeff, the Giants' defense is it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. I would say that the Giants' defense, their defensive line is good, but that secondary is ready for the pickings, and the linebackers are terrible. And we don't have a backup nose tackle. So when Dexter Lawrence comes out of the game, teams just run it right up the gut. The linebackers are literally terrible. They have horrible change of direction. Jalen Smith, you just saw, just tried to run down. Jalen Smith just tried to run down Jalen Hurts, and it was laughable. Hurts is obviously not healthy. And if I'm an Eagles fan, I'm probably happy this is happening because I probably want to sit Jalen Hurts as soon as possible. They can probably throw Gardner Minshew in the game right now because he doesn't look healthy, and he literally limped his way past Jalen Smith. Like he limped his way past. Not limp, but you get what I'm saying. He doesn't look like a confident runner out there. First and 10 for the Giants. Daniel Jones in the shotgun, 40 seconds. He's going to escape right, and he's going to take off and run, and he's going to pick up 8.5. James Smith, I get your whole point here, man. Listen, people are going to be upset when their team is getting beat by 28. People are going to be upset when their team is getting beat by 28 by the Eagles in the playoffs. Like, I'm going to be upset about that. Sorry, I'm not talking about how great the Giants are while we're getting blown out in the playoffs. I don't know why you would expect me to come on here and just talk about how great the Giants are while we're getting blown out in the playoffs by a division rival. 2nd and 1 coming up, 35 seconds. The Giants have no timeouts. DJ's got some time. He's taking a shot, and my TV lags, but it looks like it got broken up. Darius Slayton got broken up. Oh, yeah, Martindale and Kafka, maybe. I think if anybody gets a job, it's Kafka. That's pass interference. That's 100% pass interference. But the refs have just pretty much said the Giants didn't. 3rd and 1. DJ literally with nowhere to go again. He has to throw it away on 3rd and 1. Daniel Jones has to throw the ball away. That's how bad the pressure is on 3rd and 1. The Giants might literally score 0 points. Imagine all of the big brains that picked the Giants to cover the spread. Imagine everybody that said the Giants are gonna cover this. This will be a close game. This will be a dogfight. That's crazy. The Giants have 64 yards of offense in the first half. 19. Here's my friend right on cue. He always comes in when the Giants are getting blown out saying this. They should have to walk. They should literally have to walk Where did I? Yeah, they should literally have to walk through Philadelphia, through all of the Eagles fans destroying their city because they won a game. They should literally have to walk through all of that to get back home. Through Philly, through South Jersey, all the way through them. That's what they should have to do. Literally, like the Eagles did this pretty much without Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is there. Listen, James, listen, you can call me a fair weather. First of all, I have been on this channel since 2009, making videos about the Giants, win, loss, or draw. I've been on here through all of the bad seasons. Nobody's a fair weather fan. Nobody's a fair weather fan. Like that's not what we're gonna do here. That's not what we're gonna do here. That's just not what we're going to do here. No one's a fair weather fan. I made videos when the Giants. We're not doing that here. I've been on here for more than 12 years. Because I'm mad that the Giants are losing to the Eagles in a playoff game, and I'm upset. I'm a fair weather fan. I don't care how far you expected the Giants to get in the playoffs. I don't care how many games you expected the Giants to win. I just don't care. I literally don't care about how many games you expected the Giants to win. I'm going to be upset when we lose to the Eagles. That's what I'm going to do. You can't control that. You just can't control it, man. Like, no one's a fair weather fan because they're upset that the team is losing when they show up like this. 28-0 is okay. I'm supposed to be like, let's do this for you, James Smith. Let's do this for you. I'm glad we showed up today. Go Giants! I'm glad we showed up today. I'm so glad we showed up today to Philadelphia so we could get beat by 28 points in the first half and put up 60 yards of offense. Go Giants! Great job, guys. You did a great job today. You showed up and showed out and put up 60 yards of offense in the first half. You didn't tackle the tight ends. You didn't cover the receivers. You couldn't stop the run. You let a 5-5 guy score another touchdown. This is the greatest performance I've ever seen today. I'm so glad we made it here, guys. I'm so glad we beat the Vikings and made it here. I'm so glad we made it here. Wow. How did we get here? Wow, Houdini. Thibodeau has no sacks. like, are you serious? Like, you're sitting here telling me that I can't be upset that the Giants are losing by 28 in the first half? Man, go watch. Like, at this point, man, go watch somebody else who's talking about. Go watch my videos from last week. Go watch Giants fan. No, there's no Giants fan doing what you're doing, man. Like, that's not what we're gonna do. Check my resume. I've been on here since 2009. Nobody's a fair weather fan. Exactly. I told y'all how much I hated Philly. I told y'all how much I hated the Eagles. And I told y'all I would be livid if we lost. People thought I was playing. You thought I was playing? Like, you thought I was playing? Like, that's not what we're doing. Like, I'm not playing. I said I don't like the Eagles. I'm not happy we're losing to the Eagles in the playoffs on national TV. This is not the Giants' A game. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, the Eagles are about 2 times more. They're more talented than us. They are. They're just better. They're a better team. They got a better line on both sides of the ball. They got better everything. But the Eagles are not 28 points better than the Giants in the first half. That's just not reality. And that's my point. Like, it's arm tackles, it's soft tackling, it's I can't even say the word right now, but it's low energy effort. It's low effort tackling right now. Low effort, pretty much everything. The Giants are giving up on themselves. And that's just plain and simple. Yes, they're getting beat, but they also have started to give up. Like, yeah, this James Bradbury thing, that James Bradbury pick took the air out of the Giants. The Giants they made mistakes. They were getting beat up, but that James Bradbury pick took the air out of them. Like, I don't know of anybody that's going to come on here live watching the game. This is a live reaction. This isn't a reaction where I sat down for 2 days and wrote down notes. This is a live reaction, guys. Like, I'm not going to be happy while my team is getting beat by literally a team that I hate more than any other franchise, any other business. Like, if you line up like all of the businesses, the Fortune 500 businesses, all of the other sports teams, I literally hate the Eagles more than any other business or team that's in existence. So of course I'm going to be upset. And of course that most of the people in the chat are upset. Like, to say fair weather, like, that's crazy. Because the only reason I'm this upset, to me it seems like, you know, if you're on the other side, you will be fair weather. Because how do you not care that your team's getting beat like this on the national stage in the playoffs? It's like, I mean, you know, I remember the 24-0 beatdown of Eli Manning. I remember that. I remember Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham beating down Eli Manning on Thursday Night Football. I remember that. I remember the Deshaun Jackson stuff. I remember the Eagles beating us down in a playoff game in 2008. That's why I'm upset, because of that stuff and this stuff all put together. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes is on one leg, literally on one leg. That's what I'm saying. This is just embarrassing, man. Like, we're outmatched. That's one thing. If we had come out here and we put up, you know, 13 or something like that, and the Eagles end up putting up 30, okay, fine. We got beat. You know, the Eagles put up a bunch of points in the second, third, fourth quarter. That's fine. But to come out here and get whooped like this, no, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. I'm not happy about that. I'm not going to start, you know, giving a review of how happy I am because we made the playoffs and beat a team in the playoffs. Hey, I'm coming here to win. And listen, man, if you want to say this, that's definitely your opinion, and you're all entitled to it. But the dude earlier that tried to say otherwise, man, like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And that's my thing. Like, as much as I hate Eagles fans, the Eagles fans aren't even the worst people in this chat today. Don't like the Eagles either. Hate the Cowboys too. Miles Sanders looking better than Saquon. Miles Sanders is literally running. He's running behind. No one's in his vicinity, and no one's tackling. He said, "Do I want to get rated?" Now we got to hear it all week from friends and ESPN. Yeah, that's going to happen. That is definitely going to happen. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of I told you so's. There's going to be a bunch of the Vikings, this and that. The Vikings are a bad team. Vikings were frauds. They were the worst, blah, blah, blah. They were the worst 13-win team in the league, worst 13-win in NFL history, and the Giants got lucky to play against them, which may have some truth to it. But all of that credit is gone. Exactly. And this is what people are going to say. And like I said, what can we say against it? What can we say against it? What can we say? Oh, I mean, it's literally like this. It's like this. And I'm sure everybody's going to think this is kind of funny. It's literally like this. It's literally like everybody in like middle school or high school is lining up. You know, they're lining up their girlfriends and they're saying, you know, this person right here, he has the prettiest girl in the school. And then there's a person at the end of the table and he says, oh, I'm going to bring my girlfriend to school tomorrow. and you know, she's prettier than everybody. And then he shows up on school. He shows up the next day and he says, "Oh, she couldn't come. She couldn't show up." Everybody's going to laugh. Everybody's going to say, you know, you don't even have, she doesn't exist. That's the same way we can say it. If we don't show up in prime time on the playoffs against a division rival, if we don't show up in prime time in the playoffs against a division rival, what do we literally, when are we going to show up? Like, if Daniel Jones doesn't show up in primetime games, nobody's ever going to respect that dude. It's just not going to happen. Whether it's his fault or not. Not to say it's his fault, but if he doesn't show up, it's not going to make a difference. Brantley, I'm not sure if you're an Eagles fan, but if you are, man, listen, if you want to bring a bunch of Eagles fans in here, I don't even have the fight. I don't even have the fight to deal with Eagles fans. All I know is my team came out today and they got beat down. And after that Bradbury interception, my team pulled out. They completely backed out of this game and they said, "Oh, we can't win this game. It's over." They made them say uncle. I still think you bring back Daniel Jones from what I've seen these past couple of weeks, but you'll see a lot of people switch up on it. When I make an apology video, I'm making an apology video for real. Like, I'm not walking that back after what happens the next week. I just can't do that. And I see what's going on. I'm still saying bring back DJ next year. Now, do you give him a 4-year deal? I was never saying that. I've been saying a 3-year deal at a respectable rate where you can get out after 1 or 2 years. Yeah, you can do that. You can franchise him. You can do anything like that. But my mind isn't really changed after that. Yeah, I'm going to definitely take a sports detox too. The thing is with DJ is, I mean, I saw him show up. I saw him show up to start this game. I definitely saw it. That decision to go for it on 4th and 8. It is what it is, man. Oh yeah, they're going. That's the thing. Like, if this happens, I got to be fair though. I got to be fair because any quarterback that shows up and gets blown out this bad, he's going to get blamed. It is what it is. He's going to get blamed. But DJ especially is going to be a bunch of I told you so. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see next year. We'll see how this goes. I don't think I don't think that the quarterback position is the position that didn't show up today. I just don't. I don't look at this game and say that Daniel Jones didn't show up today. I see this whole team didn't show up today for the most part. Evan Neal is doing what I expected him to do. Daniel Jones right now is picking up his team. But again, guys, like, I don't see like, oh, Daniel Jones didn't show up today. He played bad today. Because it's a game of inches, guys. Like, that first drive, Daniel Jones gets sacked. And we go for it on 4th and 8. He gets sacked again. Second drive, he made a bad decision with that interception. And then drive after that, or one of the drives after that, he hits Hodgins for a first down, and Hodgins drops it, bobbles it, and he's like ends up being a yard short. So at that point, you could have been you keep the ball that drive, you keep the momentum going, you're down 14-7. You go down 14-7 instead of 21-0. I'm not saying we win the game. I'm not saying it's even a close game right now. It might be 7-28 right now, but you never know. Back in the shotgun, 3 wide receiver handoff to Saquon, who had a head of steam and is still fighting, and he picked up 3 and it'll go down. It's a talent thing, but it's also how they showed up to play today. Also, how they showed up today. Second and 6 coming up for the Giants after a decent first down run. I don't think the Giants will abandon the run. They're gonna just play this straight up for now. Probably until about halfway through the third quarter. DJ is going to take a shot, and that ball is severely underthrown. I don't know who he was throwing that to, but Slayton probably could have scored. Probably could have scored. That's probably a touchdown. That's like a 60-something yard strike. Third and 6, Eagles are unleashing the hounds, and DJ airmailed it. Literally, as soon as I talk about DJ not having a bad game so far, at a lower level, when you really look at it, 2 missed throws back to back killed the drive. Fourth down, back to punting. I mean, literally 2 back to back at this point, like he's folding. Like I really think that first of all, Evan Neal is a huge issue at right tackle, at least for now. I don't know how he'll look next year, but I wouldn't be opposed to drafting a tackle. I wouldn't, just because you can't go in the next year like this. You just can't. You cannot go in the next year like this. Like, you just can't go in the next year like this. You at least got to sign a vet that's solid, because right now, Evan Neal is getting destroyed every single play. And Daniel Jones right now is starting to fold under the pressure of it. Because he missed Slayton. Pretty clear. I mean, pretty clear. That should have been a 70-yard bomb. That was your momentum driver. Not to say that any of these individual plays get us to a point where we can win this game or even get back into the game, but that's a 70-yard bomb, dude. Like, you throw that on the money. Like, for some reason, he had like an extra special arc on that pass. But if you throw that on the money to Slayton running behind Bradbury, at the very least, Bradbury grabs him, and that's pass interference. But that's underthrown. I'm getting annoyed, man. Like, literally, when I say you literally cannot criticize anything the quarterback does, which is why people start to classify people as Daniel Jones haters when they literally just watch the game and just like talk about what is happening during the game. Did DJ not miss a wide open Darius Slayton behind the defense as DJ threw from pretty much a clean pocket? Pretty much from a clean pocket. He threw the ball from a clean pocket. I'm not even going to respond. Listen, I'm not responding to the dude. But that deep ball was definitely on DJ. Definitely on DJ. I guarantee you, if DJ hits that touchdown, that 70-yard touchdown, and doesn't airmail that other throw, I mean, people can't put this game on you unless you blatantly miss throws like that. Then people can put that kind of thing on you. First and 10, Sanders to the shotgun, hand off up the middle, and he's just skating through. The line is getting like 3-4 yards of push. Like the line is literally pushing guys back 3-4 yards every time. Maybe I should have held off on that Daniel Jones apology video. Listen, I mean, you win the first playoff game for the Giants in like over how many years? I gotta give him a video. I gave him a video for that. I just went ahead and did it. I mean, it is what it is. Whether I end up being double wrong on that, who knows? But you know, you go out and win the playoff game for the first time in 10 years. Or what, 12 years, 11 years? Yeah, I gotta go ahead and just, you know, give you your props. 3rd and 10, Giants sending a blitz and easy completion. Wow. That would have been an easy completion, but Devontae Smith dropped an easy catch on the sideline right there, going to the ground. Literally an easy catch, but he couldn't catch it. I mean, well, he was definitely too focused on toe tapping, and the Eagles will punt it back to us. And it's just like, in these types of games, it's always, at least for the Giants, it's always like, oh, if your offense would have stepped up this drive, then, you know, you will be in the game. If your defense would have stepped up this drive, you will be in the game. And it's always neither stepped up. Not giving up on Daniel Jones. He could win in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, he showed us he could win in the NFL. I would give him like I said, I've been saying the same deal. I've been saying the same 3-year deal. Get out after 2. If he's not bad, I mean, if he's not good, you bench him after the first year. You draft a rookie. You draft a rookie quarterback, or you go out and get your quarterback, and you just have him as a backup or as a mentor type of quarterback in year 2, and then year 3 you cut him, and you save the money. That was their first pressure. That was probably their first pressure, where Pinnock or Fabian Moreau came off of the edge, and Jalen Hurts hit Devontae Smith right on the money, and he couldn't catch it. That's probably their first pressure. They had another one in the first quarter where Jalen Hurts threw the ball away, but other than that, they are whooping us. Gettleman was a better talent scout than GM. I mean, I agree. He was good at finding talent, but he wasn't good at assembling a team. I think 30 is the market, man. Like I don't really care about 30 million a year. Especially if it's to me, I don't really care about the money as much as the length of the deal and how much is guaranteed. So if he has 30, with so much guaranteed to where you only need to keep him for 2 years and you can get out after 2, then I don't really care. Like I don't really care what the number is as much as the guaranteed money and the length of the deal. Maybe you do a 2-year deal. I mean, you rarely see 2-year deals, but maybe you do a 2-year deal. You can get out after 1 if you want. But to me, it's just about if we end up paying them a bunch, if it's only for a year or 2, I don't really care. They've been giving up about 5-6 yards a pop to Saquon most of the game, but it hasn't really affected the game. because I allowed myself to get angry at this, Jay, I'm not gonna have a bad week because I allowed myself to get angry at it today, rather than the people that wanna pretend like everything is happy and great today. Another handoff to Saquon, and he's going to pick up 4. Should have played the third stringers. Would our third stringers get blown out 28-0? Is Jalen is Jalen Hurts MVP? I don't know. Mahomes drives a tough competition for that award. They are leaving things wide open for Saquon, and Saquon is running, and he's going to get caught. Leaving things wide open. I mean, just an easy run right there. But we need to get in the end zone. Another handoff to Breida. The Giants are literally running it every single play. This time they get 9 or 8. Yeah, I mean, people love to come out here. Like, they were preparing themselves all week for this, saying it's been a great season. I'm happy. We only did this. At least I'm not one of those type of people. I like to keep it as honest with myself as possible. I did not want to come in here and lose to the Eagles. I'm not justifying that. Short pass to Richie James, a little bit of their own medicine, obvious horse collar, and there's no flag. You can't do that. That's an illegal play, an illegal tackle, but no flag. That was an illegal tackle. Refs giving us no breaks today. Not blaming the game on the refs, but again, refs giving us none of the calls that we should have had today. 1st and 10, clock dripping down, 9:20 left in the third quarter. The Giants want any chance at their 1% comeback, they got to call a timeout. The game's over. You wasted that last timeout. Like, you literally, that's crucial. Literally, that's crucial. Now, imagine if the Giants had actually hit that shot to Slayton and he ran that in for a touchdown. Imagine if Daniel Jones hit that throw to Slayton and he ran it in for a touchdown. And this drive, we run the ball down the field and we score another touchdown. That would be 14-28. We would be 14-28 right now, going into the middle of the third quarter. But it's what it is, man. Is what it is. 1st and 10 coming up, 9:15 left in the third quarter. Giants wasted a timeout. Announcers giving Daniel Jones some credit for improving, but not seen today. 28-0. 12, 11, 10. This is going to be another handoff. Handoff to Saquon. Saquon is going to pick up 3. And the Giants are literally, like I said, running the ball at will. Eagles are playing prevent pretty much. They're pretty much just playing prevent and teeing off on the Giants. So what the Giants are doing is probably best, because they're just going to continue to tee off on the quarterback. Nobody's saying it's not that's not what we're saying, Johnny. We're just saying that and I don't know what kind of tone you have it as you're typing it, but I'm just saying, listen, of course, at a high level, it's a season that you're happy that you had at a high level. Nice catch by Richie James, but I'm not happy about the outcome and how the team showed up today. 2 things can be true. 2 things can definitely be true. Yeah, it's easier for Philly because they have the best line in the league, and they've also been running the ball at Jelly Ellis. Hodgins in motion. He's barely played today. DJ is running a bootleg, and he's going to have to run for this first down, and he does. Decent play design there from Kafka. Again, the Giants offense didn't make these mistakes earlier on the day. They would have probably had a very productive day. But getting off schedule, big mistakes, questionable calls has definitely, and pretty much Evan Neal has cost them this. 5-minute drive so far. The Giants are putting together their best drive of the game so far. Maybe their second best drive or first best drive. There's another one that's pretty decent. Back in the shotgun, Daniel Jones has some time. He's stepping up. He's going to throw this to Richie James, who's going to get down at the 6-yard line. The Giants will score probably this drive, hopefully. I am really hoping, again, like I said, Evan Neal it's been highly documented that he's playing through injury right now. I'm really hoping that this guy is not as bad as he's played this second half of the season. I really hope he's not. Giants running some wildcat. Breida keeps the ball. Breida is going to walk in. The Giants score on the trick play. Giants are on the board, 28-7. If we make the extra point. Listen, guys, I mean, so far the defense has kept the Eagles scoreless this third quarter. Let's see if they can do that some more. I wouldn't say it was a trick play. It was probably wild. I mean, you just call it wildcat, but okay, no, right down the middle. The Giants are on the board. Okay, only down by 21 now. Only down by 21. All right, listen, I'm back a little. I shouldn't be, but I'm back a little bit more invested. Let's see if the defense can make a big play. These sort of comebacks, not to say that this comeback will happen, but these sort of comebacks, they happen. You got to get a huge turnover. Got to get a huge turnover. So let's see if we can do it. Yeah, Evan Neal is definitely an athletic player. A lot of people have questions about his foot speed, but again, the guy is playing through an injury right now. So I really cannot judge him. He's a rookie tackle. He's playing against a guy that has 16 sacks, against a front that is literally the best front in the NFL, and he's getting dog walked. So it could be because he's just terrible, and he'll always be terrible. But it could also be because he's injured, he's a rookie, and he's still learning, and he's got to get healthy. I mean, it's just that simple. Could be either one, which is why I say, let him get into a second year. If he is as bad as he looks right now in his second year, 4 or 5 games in, you probably explore moving him to guard. If he still is bad, then, it is what it is right there. I think Evan Neal has all the tools to be a good right tackle. It's just about if he can get it done. Yeah, like I said, it's not as much. If it was just because he's I give rookie tackles the longest of leashes. I really don't say I don't really start backing out on a rookie tackle until halfway through their second year. So I gave Eric Flowers the same amount of time. I gave Andrew Thomas the same amount of time. I don't really start backing off of rookie tackles, off of tackles into their second year. But on top of that, he's injured. So we'll see. We'll see. He could be a bust. He could never get better, but I'm just giving him time is all I'm saying. Still 2 years left on Galladay's contract. Doesn't matter. They're getting rid of that dude this offseason, 100%. I'd be real surprised if they didn't get rid of Galladay this offseason. Kickoff from Gano. Like I said, it's been a while since the Eagles offense has kind of turned it up on us and gone the full length of the field. If we can get a turnover, never know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even ready to go down the Galladay alley. I've gone down that pretty much almost every other week the whole season. But it is what it is there. But again, this is the drive where we got to get a turnover if we want to make this a game. We get a turnover here, we make it a game. We get a turnover here, we make it a game. Play action, Jalen Hurts. Let's get a pressure. He's taking a shot. Goddard is wide open. McKinney is not doing his job today. McKinney is usually really good in covering these tight ends, but let's see, it's Julian Love in zone. Yeah. Just no depth on the route. That's not even McKinney's fault. That's Julian Love. Listen, man, Ray, I said McKinney, but that was Julian Love all day. All day. That wasn't McKinney's fault at all. Julian Love was like he had the same level of coverage, the depth of coverage as the linebacker. And the Eagles are just running the air out of the ball against this. Like they are blocking our guys 5 yards, 6 yards downfield. I agree, D. Neil, the benefit of being a rookie going through what rookies typically go through. Yeah. I mean, we'll see if he comes back better next year. If not, then, the Giants will have to go out and get a tackle. Hopefully, whatever we have at tackle next year is better than the turnstile. 2nd and 1. Another run. Boston Scott up the middle. Picks up about 3 or 4. Again, this Eagles offense is pulverizing us. This offensive line is literally like walking us back every play. Yeah, Boston Scott is literally like 5'6". Like you can't take that dude serious at all, but he scores every time against us. Yeah, Dane Belton was blowing a bunch of assignments, so they took him out, but whoa, he fumbled the ball. Get on the ball. Get on the ball. Get on the ball. Get on the ball. How many times is this Giants defense going to poke a ball out to not even get the recovery, man? How many times is this Giants defense going to do this? I could see that fumble coming from a mile away. And they could not hold Hurts back from getting that ball. You got to tackle that dude, get him on the ground away from that football. They couldn't do it. That was the turnover we needed. If we had any shot, that was the turnover we needed. That was it. 2nd and 16, McKinney lined up back at a linebacker spot. Tony Jefferson in this time, 2nd and 16. They're going short again, and they lose about a yard because Devontae Smith slips. 3rd and 16 coming up. Again, this is definitely a down that we cannot live, that we cannot give up. 3rd and 17 coming up. Yeah, Patrick, it's never been in the cards. It's like the Giants' defense this year has been so bad with recovering these fumbles. And I can't even say like it's like they didn't execute. It's just bad bounces. Like we just haven't gotten close to recovering most of these fumbles. We got to keep them away from getting anywhere close to this first down marker because that puts them in field goal range. And Devontae Smith is wide open coming across the field, and we let them get in field goal range. It looks like it. And again, like I said, if DJ hits that bomb down the field, guess what? DJ hits that bomb down the field. We're at 14 right now with the chance to get this to 21. I think this is the first time the Eagles have punted. Maybe the second time. Yeah, second or third time. Eagles running a fake punt. They're trying to if we give up this fake punt, I'm gonna lose it, man. They're trying to draw us off sides. They're gonna take the penalty and they're gonna punt this. They basically just wanted the 10 yards or 5 yards. Hurts is still in the game because the Giants have an outside shot right now. Again, like I said, if Daniel Jones had hit that bomb, it would be 14-28 right now. We'd be able to get to 21-28. Yeah, I don't even think they were going to do that, man, Ray. I think they just wanted to draw us off sides. 4th and 13 coming up. The Giants came this close to blocking that punt. Of course, we didn't block it. Richie James is going to start the Giants off at the 7-yard line. Must score chance, must score opportunity right here. Must score drive right here. And it has to be pretty quick. When I say pretty quick, I mean under about 6 minutes. Hopefully far under that. This would be a perfect time for Daniel Jones to make right that long run that he tripped on. Every Giants punt return is at the 10. I mean, that's just because the defense is getting pulverized. And every time they're forced to punt, like they're punting from their own 40 something. There's Giants fans right now celebrating. There's literally Giants fans on Twitter celebrating we're losing because they want Daniel Jones to not be here. I couldn't do that, man. Not the Eagles. Definitely not the Eagles. Yeah, Roquan Smith was a monster. He turned that entire Ravens defense around. The Giants definitely need a linebacker in the worst way, like in the worst possible way. Literally, this drive is the drive. This is the drive like that. Like if we get a chunk play this drive and score a touchdown, you feel a lot better. DJ holds on to this. He's going to pick up about 4.5. Solid first play. Solid first play. This will make this what? 2nd and 6. 2nd and 5, actually. They actually gave us a decent spot. Second and 5. Slayton catches that 1 yard short of a first down on 2nd and 5. And this will make this 3rd and 1. Giants got to pick this up, man. Like, at this point, there's no reason to punt it. There's no reason to punt it. I know you don't want to give up easy points, but there's no reason to punt it. 3rd and 1. I just run it twice. I would just go ahead and run it twice. Easy first down pickup from Daniel Jones. Giants are going to have to keep it moving. Got to keep it moving right here. Got to keep it moving up 5-4-3. All right. 21-point game heading into the 4th quarter. Teams will come back from worse. Let's see. Said I would not allow the Eagles to spit on my team like this. Where's my boy Landon? He has not played at all. I was thinking that Landon would be your quarterback spy, but it doesn't look like they're going to run Hurts that much. It doesn't even look like he's going to take off that much. Yeah, Gerard Davis is not good, but he's better than what we've had out there. I think Gerard Davis and Micah McFadden were a lot better than Gerard Davis and Jalen Smith, but they're not going to bench Jalen Smith. He's their guy at middle linebacker. They just like him. We just don't have the roster talents on. Yeah, I mean those linebackers are like laughably bad. To have literally Dex, Leo, Aziz, Tibbs, those 4 on your defensive line, and you get bullied on the line like that, that just shows you first off that probably your edges aren't doing the best. But I think those are 2 solid run edge guys. But it shows you how bad the linebackers are at the second level. Because they'll hold their guy up, but yeah. But also today, Kelsey is dog walking. Kelsey is destroying Dexter Lawrence and All Pro. Like Kelsey is I mean, it's ridiculous. Eagles put up 14 first quarter, 14 second quarter. Nothing in the 3rd quarter. Giants put up 7 in that 3rd quarter. Listen, you got to make something happen. Got to make something happen here. Giants with the ball at the 19. First down. Play action. DJ's got to make a decision. Hit Saquon. Saquon catches it. He's making a move. He's going to cut back, and he's going to pick up about 4 or 5 extra yards after that initial contact. And the Giants will have to keep this moving. Saquon, I mean, if anybody has showed up to play today, it was definitely Saquon. That dude definitely showed up to play. Back in the shotgun. Short throw to Richie James, who's going to accelerate and pick up 9. Aziz isn't great against the run, but linebackers are really awful. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten to see Aziz too much against the run this year, but in years past, last year, he was good against the run. DJ's got time. He's got to take off and run with this. He's taking too long. You can't do that, man. You can't. We're seeing last year, DJ. Like you could if he takes off with that and is decisive from the beginning, that's a first down. He waited entirely too long and you ended up losing 5 yards. You didn't even throw the ball away. Like you got to throw the ball away or something. Third and 6. He's going to rip it, and that ball is too far. Guess what? We would have had a first down if he just ran for that first down. They got to go for this, though. They got to go for this. And they're coming off the field. They're punting it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe this. You go for it on 4th and 8 there, but you punt it here. This is literally your only shot. You can't punt it right there. There's no way you can punt it right there. There is no way that you can punt that. You can't punt right there, man. Like, you just cannot punt right there. Yeah, I mean, you cannot punt right there. Daniel Jones, I mean, he's just a guy that if he's getting a hit all day, if he's under pressure all day, which is a lot of quarterbacks, he's just not going to show up. But I think he's done enough, like I said, just this year to earn another year. But he's got to be better than a couple of plays today. It's like somebody has got money on this game. They want the Giants to. I'm telling you, a lot of people just want the Giants to cover this spread. I know some Eagles fans probably bet on the Giants to cover this spread. I guarantee you'll see a lot of these. You'll see a lot of people on Twitter. You'll see a lot of people in general that are going to be sending out a lot of hate, and it'll be because they're upset they lost money because they picked them to cover the spread. Yeah, that was a horrible decision to punt that ball, man. Like, you're at your own 40 something, you go for it on 4th and 8 earlier on in that game, and then you're at your own 40 something. At that point, man, you gotta. Nick McLeod ran right by Miles Sanders. Should have been tackled for a loss, but ran right by him. That's a fact, Patrick. They don't have that. They don't have that in them. They don't have it in them, man. They don't have that kind of stuff in them. Hurts is 15 for 21 for 200 yards. I mean, he is just relaxing. Not much pressure. 150 yards, actually, not 200. Literally, It's so ridiculous. It's not even funny. I want you all to just watch the line of scrimmage and watch Jason Kelce and Dexter Lawrence every play, and just watch how much he's getting dominated on a play-by-play basis. I want you all to watch this because this is literally a huge aspect of why this game is going the way it's going. Look at Dexter Lawrence right lined up over Jason Kelce. I'm going to watch to see. This time, Dexter actually won that matchup. But Scott just got to the outside, and it'll be like a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 1.5. And Kelce is running his mouth. Kelce has been a lot of times it's been just Kelce, but that time Dex just won that rep. Appreciate that, White Lotus. Diggy, I usually don't comment, but I'm lit. I really enjoyed your content this season. Thanks. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna definitely continue to you got it. You cannot allow Hurts to do that right there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep the content coming. It'll just be, we probably won't be advancing. Unless we can get a turnover right here, we're probably not advancing. So either way, I'll keep it going. Of course, it's a lot more fun when your team's in the playoffs. Imagine if we had a linebacker, a guy. When Tibbs keeps contained like that, the linebacker is going to crash down and lay him out. Kind of like how Jalen Smith did on that play. Every 50 plays, Jalen Smith looks like an elite linebacker. Like everybody, every 50 something plays, Jalen Smith looks like an elite linebacker. Like right there, that was a great play. But on a down and down basis, he is awful. I remember that, man. Cardinals fans were heated. Cardinals fans would not leave me alone about that. They kept coming back saying, like, is DJ better than Kyler now? I still think he's better. Again, Gerard Davis is on A.J. Brown. Last week, Gerard Davis was on Cooper Kupp. This week, he's on A.J. Brown. Not Cooper Kupp. He was on Adam Thielen. This week, he's on A.J. Brown. Third and 3 coming up again. Like this is, I keep saying it, but this is the play. This is the play. That's do or die for the Giants. I cannot believe I made it to the 4th quarter in this game. This is the play though. 4, 3, 2. The Giants get off the field here. There's a 0.001% chance, and they run for 20 yards. So that is game. That is definitely game. I don't know why they keep showing that family in the stands. I'm guessing maybe that's Jalen Hurts' family. Maybe that is Gainwell's family. I don't know whose family that is. But either way, let's look at what happened there. Lawrence got double teamed, and no one was there to fill the gap. So that's that. Shout out to Talking Echo. Appreciate the 199. Giants need a true Mike linebacker. Yep. It is what it is, man. Like the Giants, in the worst way. In the worst way. We need a guy that's going to take control of this defense 100% and just ball out. We need a guy that's going to fly around and make plays because right now it's literally our defensive line. If our defensive line doesn't stop a guy, the linebackers aren't there. The Eagles have allowed 3 pressures today. Thanks for that, Jay. I had just been I haven't been paying attention to my subscribers lately, and I just looked up and I was like, I hit 8K. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be still making videos. I'll probably switch to just making, not switch, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I'll continue to make Giants content, but I'll probably make some playoff videos too. So those videos usually don't go as big, but I like to talk about the playoffs as they go on. But this Eagles defensive line today is Eagles offensive line today is dominating us. And Ellis is in the game. They're running it right at him. 100% they're going to run this right at him. He's taking the shot, and he overshot that. Ooh. Whoa. Is A.J. Brown okay? It looks like A.J. Brown it looks like A.J. Brown isn't right. I think he has a hamstring or something. He's got to have some kind of a hamstring or something because he doesn't look like himself. He didn't look like himself week 18, and he doesn't now. But yeah, it looked like he was grabbing his leg right there. 3rd and 12, Gainwell in motion. Hand off to Gainwell. Gainwell's right up the middle, and he's going to pick this up. Whoa! Pinnock! That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous that they allowed that. But shout out to Pinnock for laying the boom right there. But the offensive line, they allowed them. It's so funny how they allow some offensive lines to continue to push people forward, and some offensive lines can't. Like, I swear on the Giants, like, as soon as forward progress stops at all, they just immediately blow the play dead. But for other teams, they allow them to just continue to stand up and carry our players around and just not call anything and wait for their offensive linemen to come there and just push them forward. And they're running the ball at will. Right now, they're just running the ball. Like, at this point, like, I think the Giants, they quit in the 1st and 2nd quarter and part of the 3rd quarter, but right now they're just getting whooped. Like, right now, I just see them getting moved around. But Dable couldn't, like, you just do not punt right there, man. You don't punt right there. You just don't punt right there. Another underneath throw to Devontae Smith. I'm glad we did not allow him to just prance into the end zone this time. Wow, illegal man downfield. That's a new one. That's one I haven't heard in a while. They used to call that on us every week. But yeah, illegal man downfield, RPO. At the end of the day, it was about who wanted it more. Atlantic, that's kind of accurate, man. First and 15 for the Eagles. I can't believe I'm actually calling the play of what's going on as it's happening. I mean, who cares? Another handoff. This time, 3.5 yards. They can just literally run out the clock right here. They're not going to be able to, obviously, because they'll score before they can do that. But they can literally just hand this off almost every play. They can legit just hand this off almost every single play. And there's nobody there. Giants took a timeout. Cowboys fan, huh? Okay. Strange. These Giants don't hate their division rivals enough to beat them. We'll see, man. I don't know if it's about hate, but I do agree with you. If they had come in with a bunch of hate, with a bunch of, emotion about it, they probably show up, early on in this game. Because early on in this game, it was more of a, they just didn't show up. They just didn't show up. And John, though, that, like when I say it was about who wanted it more, I'm saying at the beginning of this game, they didn't show up. Like they just didn't show up. They didn't play up to their standard as far as tackling. Those aren't like tackling is tackling. Tackling is tackling. Like that's not we're playing against this team, so all of a sudden we don't know how to tackle. So that's what I mean. They didn't play up to their standard. And then after that, they kind of regrouped. But by the time they regrouped, they were down 28 points. Yeah, right now, Marquise, they're at about 210 yards, I think. I promise you, I may be able to do a better job as linebacker. I might be able to do a better job. How do I feel about the tandem of D-Hop and Odell? I don't think either one of them will be here. And I wouldn't want that because both of those guys are injury prone and both of them will probably cost – D-Hop will probably cost 20 plus million and Odell will probably cost at least 14 million. So I don't think that's worth it. But the Giants got to get somebody. They got to get somebody at linebacker and they got to get a dog at wide receiver. They got to get two dogs, one at linebacker, one at receiver. Yeah, we got – and the most frustrating part of this, I would say, is the fact that Jalen Hurts did not have to really strain himself. He didn't have to really work hard today. He basically got another bye week. He got hit maybe about 2 or 3 times today, but they basically got another bye week for him to get healthier going into next week. Like he didn't have to run a bunch. He didn't have to really work hard. He didn't really have to do much. It's kind of like a practice. 2nd and 12. Hand off the Gainwell again. And the dude literally falls behind everybody, falls forward behind everybody, picks up about 4.5, 5 yards. Oh, yeah, football is won in the trenches. 100%. 100%. I mean, that's not a debate. They're bullying our defensive line. And on the plays where our defensive line is holding up and stalemating, which is, I mean, really all you can kind of ask for if you have some decent linebackers, we don't. So our defensive line stalemates, they don't immediately blow up the play. If our defensive line doesn't immediately blow up the play, the linebackers are getting washed. And you're getting big runs, which is why they've basically been able to run the ball right down the field. Third and 9, Hurts in a scramble outright, and he's going to just throw this. Whatever. Julian Love had an outside shot at a pick, but he didn't catch it. The Eagles will kick a field goal, which will pretty much effectively end the game with 5 minutes left to go. If Hurts had, for some reason, thrown an interception, thrown a pick 6, that might have changed things. If DJ had thrown that ball, then, they probably would be playing a lot more urgency. But at this point, they're just kind of, hanging it up. Kind of just hanging it up. 30-yard attempt. They're lining it up. And that is good. So the Eagles will go up 31-7. And the Giants are probably going to line up for a garbage time touchdown. At this point, the first touchdown wasn't garbage time, but this one is. This one would be garbage time if we score another touchdown. I don't know if we need to be aggressive, Gene. Because we've seen how that's worked in the past. Again, I don't want to be a hypocrite and say like, house money. I'm not about the house money. I just don't agree with that. But when they came in here, they said it was a 3-4 year process. Although, again, listen to me, I'm not contradicting myself when I say this. I don't agree with saying that, we should be happy to be here. But also, we did think this was going to be a 2-3 year process at least before we got a team that was a dominant team. So I feel like you continue to build organically. I feel like you go out there, you sign mid-tier free agents or low-tier free agents. Not low-tier, but you get what I'm saying. Guys who are starters and guys who are maybe a little bit better than a starter. And then you draft. You do that next year. You do that the year after. And, next year, if you're in if next year you make the playoffs again, and next year you win a playoff game again, and it looks like, this one player is what we were missing. And if we had this one player, we probably, do a lot better in this playoff game. Then you go out and spend the big money. But I just do not want to go out there and spend the big money. I just don't think we do it at this point. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the free agents have not treated us all that well. Now, Adoree did well. Bradbury did well. Maybe you get a free agent corner. Maybe you do that. But other than that, unless it's Tremaine Edmonds and unless it's at a decent price, I just don't think we should be paying big bucks, to get somebody. I just hate seeing Eagles fans celebrating. Dable being a rookie coach showed up tonight. Yeah. He made a couple mistakes, man. He definitely made a couple mistakes. I would say it's funny how this dude jumps in and says, "Stop crying." But Dable made a couple of mistakes today. I would say the first big mistake was the 4th and 8. A couple of times. I mean, just a couple of rookie mistakes. Brightwell returning that back to the 24. Galladay's a bigger bust than Eric Flowers. Yeah, Eric Flowers gave us some solid wins. I don't know why AJ Brown is so upset. I guess he hasn't caught a ball and, caught a deep pass in about a month or something, but I don't understand why he would be upset unless he's hurt. I don't know. First and 10. Yeah, that's a little bit too far for Bellinger. Just an inaccurate throw. Bellinger tried to corral it, but at the end of the day, it was an inaccurate throw. But yeah, Eric Flowers, he gave us one good game against. Eric Flowers gave us one really good game against Greg Hardy when Greg Hardy was going crazy for the Cowboys. He shut him down one play. 2nd and 10 or one game. All of a sudden, Evan Neal is bad throw, bad catch by Richie James. Bad play, bad catch by Richie James right there. DJ's going to step up again, and he's going to fumble. Please get that ball. I don't want to hear these people's crap. But pretty much, Richie James should have caught that pass. Daniel Jones should have thrown a better ball. But just go ahead and punt this back to the Eagles so they can run this ball out. You gave up. It is what it is. DJ's got to do a better job in traffic right there, but I'm not tripping, man. He's trying to bring the team back. The game's over, though. Fourth and 16. Of all people, Marcus Johnson catches the first down. I will imagine if James Bradbury's been following been following Hodgins, I highly doubt that Hodgins is open. James Bradbury is the same guy we saw shut down Alshon Jeffrey when he was a great player. He shut down Michael Thomas, shut down I don't know what's going on with this, but shut down Mike Evans. So it is what it is. Yeah, I highly doubt that Hodgins was open on Bradbury. It's the exact type of receiver that you want to put Bradbury on. Bradbury actually shut down Travis Kelce. Hit Bellinger underneath. Bellinger gets up 5. Yeah, Richie James, poor guy. I mean, Richie James actually has like the highest catch percentage for a slot receiver, but the drops that he's had have just been so notable that. And he drops another one. Wow. Oh, that's not Richie James's fault. That should have been an interception. That actually should have been an interception right there. 4th and 8 again. that's a funny down. 4th and 8 will always mean something. DJ with wow. He actually hit a guy between the numbers. Slay popped that up in the air and almost got intercepted. Probably gets them better field position, and with 2:51, the Eagles will probably just run this ball out of the stadium. They'll probably run this. Yeah, if we had Shep and Wandale, I mean, that would be a lot better. But those dudes, at least Shep, who knows if he'll be able to stay healthy ever. This dude, I don't know what this dude is talking about right here, but Freemason. Yeah, they still got our number. 2nd and 7. The Eagles will just run this ball out. There's no point in much anything else. All of a sudden, this Giants defensive line is standing up and stopping the run in the last 2 minutes. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna stay on too long. I usually don't stay on here this long when it's a late game, but I'm gonna just start recording my video to put up for the post game. You guys already know Eagles fans are gonna have a field day here. So I'm gonna start recording this. You guys stay on, and then by this time the game will probably officially be over. And I'll go through the chat, but we'll get out of here pretty soon. It's pretty late. Nobody wants to be on here talking about this, but let's see. Before I get into this post game, Albert Breer tweeted, "One thing I'll say for the Giants, and I think this qualifies as good news long term. Joe Shane was always realistic about where their roster was. They didn't overreact to a strong first year. Because of that, they're in a position to build with picks and cap space." He's saying it's a good thing that the Giants didn't trade for a number 1 wide receiver. Yeah, I don't think trading for Jerry Jeudy or anything like that would have really fixed anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit record. Like I said, I always record this on stream, and then I'll get to some stuff in the chat a little bit after. What's going on, YouTube? Diggy546. The last probably month and some change as the Eagles run this ball in to go up 38-7. Pretty much last time you saw me on here, celebratory stuff. Last time you saw me on a post-game video, I mean, I was ecstatic. The Giants had just won their first post-game. They won their first postseason game in 11 years. So how could I not be ecstatic? But at the end of the day, Giants didn't show up in this first half today. Poor tackling, poor coverage, missed assignments at the beginning of this game. All around just bad play from the New York Giants in the first half. And by the time they kind of, tried to put themselves together and get some wherewithal, the game was over. The game was over. The Eagles at that point are so much of a better team that you're not going to be able to roll out any sort of a game plan to be able to come back from that. I mean, at this point, the Eagles can literally turn around and hand the ball off all day and run the ball. I mean, Dex was getting double teamed. Leo was getting singled up. Wasn't able to shed those blocks, but he was at least able to stalemate. But the defensive line is doing a solid job stalemating. But the linebackers are so bad. They're so bad, like so horrible, that we cannot get anything done on defense in the run game. I'm pretty sure with that last run they just ran, they probably are about, maybe 260, 270 today on the ground. Absolute nightmare of a playoff game. I had a little rant earlier on in this game. After that rant, I've been a lot more calm. So I'll probably upload that rant as well. But it is what it is. We got stomped. I did not come here, as I said today, I did not come onto this stream. I did not turn my TV on to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs. I'm sure a lot of people, they're saying that, bright side this, bright side that. I'll talk about the bright side eventually, but I'm not talking about it today. A lot of people would like to talk about the bright side and talk about, we weren't supposed to be here, so we should just be happy that we're here. I do not want to hear anything about house money because no team is 30 points better than another team. 31 points better than another team. No team is 31 points better than another team. They're just not. They're just not. And I would not have Daniel Jones in this game. What's the point of getting a guy injured at the end of a game where it's meaningless and have the guy, have to rehab? But it was this game was just it was a bad game all around. Again, as I was trying to say before, this is not a situation that. And the Eagles' backup defensive line is just obliterating our starters right now. But pretty much, I didn't come here to lose to the Eagles in a playoff game. I wasn't going to be satisfied with any loss to the Eagles in a playoff game, no matter what we were expected to do this season. No matter what we were expected to do this season, I was not going to be happy with the loss. So, and Richie James just got laid out. Poor guy. Richie James today, I mean, I'm sure he's going to get a ton of hate, but can we talk about people love to talk about this? Yes. Should Richie James have caught that pass? Yes. Across the field. Also, the team was down by 30-something points at that point, 20-something points. Who cares? But should he have caught that pass? Yes. And DJ is getting his guys laid out in this last minute of the game by these wide receivers, by these Eagles DBs. And I keep stopping in between my points. But yeah, Richie James should have caught that pass. But at the same time, that pass should have been thrown better. It's another fingertip pass, another fingertip pass where, we say you should have caught it because it hit your fingers, hit your hands, but it's a fingertip catch. Tough catch for Richie James. It's an airmail throw. Darius Slayton should have had a 70-yard bomb touchdown in his third quarter. That may have turned the tide. It didn't. And again, it probably doesn't win us this game because our defense wasn't going to be able to stop this run. The offense came out looking solid. Offense came out looking really solid. They came out looking good. They were moving the ball. We get to a 4th and 8. And on that 4th and 8, instead of trying a long field goal, which is 58, which is understandable because they said Graham Gano before this game was trying to kick, and the longest he was able to kick that ball forward was for 52. So he kicked it for 52 yards. I'm saying he didn't kick it for 52 yards. That was his long. So we didn't attempt that, and we didn't punt. In opposing territory or around the 40-yard line. On a 4th and 8, we go for it, and we don't get it. And I think after that 4th and 8, it was ball game. After they stopped us on that 4th and 8, it was ball game because you got 2 back-to-back sacks after a promising opening drive from the Giants where we moved the ball pretty much straight down the field. After that, they took the air out of us. The Giants looked like they gave up. Julian Love, horrible tackling to start this game off. Xavier McKinney, horrible tackling and bad coverage to start this game off. He fell down in coverage. He tripped. I'm not gonna attack McKinney just for tripping, but that trip cost us 7 points. And then Julian Love just comes by and just kind of, lightly taps Dallas Goedert, like open chest, just chest bumps him. And Goddard just spins right out of that. A bunch of arm tackling today. We did not tackle with authority at all today until probably around the 3rd or 4th quarter where they were already running downhill. We didn't come and tackle with authority. So that's what happens when you play against a physical team and you want to play soft. We came out and we didn't play physical. So also, Wink Martindale to start this game, playing 10 yards off of these receivers, allowing these receivers to catch these underneath passes, allowing the wide receiver blocks to set up, and allowing Devontae Smith to run one in, allowing A.J. Brown to convert a 3rd and 7 on a slant route because Adoree is lined up 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. You can't react to guys if you're that far back. Jason Kelce today showed why he's a Hall of Fame center. I hate that dude. I hate Jason Kelce. I usually don't hate Eagles players, but he's one of the Eagles players that I actually hate. He said something about the Giants about 10 years ago. I just haven't forgiven him for. But Jason Kelce today showed up and just threw Dexter Lawrence around. Sometimes we're double teamed. Sometimes it was just man on man. And Dexter Lawrence was just getting bullied around. He's good with that leverage. Obviously strong. But it is what it is, guys. I'm definitely not happy to lose this game. I am not going to say your magic words of at least we made it here because I'm not happy we made it here to lose. Do I say I wish we didn't make it here? No. But I wanted to win this game. And I wanted this team to show up and compete. This Giants team can compete with any team in the league. We can compete with any team in the league. And we didn't show up and compete. We did not show up and compete. We got thrown around. We got bullied. And we didn't decide to respond until it was much too late. And then by that time, we had given the Eagles so much confidence that we couldn't respond. At that point, they were that much better than us. So the score says 7-31. You can count that last touchdown if you want. The Eagles beat us down, from our 0 yard line to their 0 yard line. It is what it is, guys. Off-season stuff coming soon. Again, I'm not giving us props for making it here as far as just making it here. I'll get into that in another video. But never like losing to the Eagles. I'm sure some people are going to be, having conniptions in the comments telling me that I need to appreciate blah, 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 blah. It is what it is. I'll get to that another time. But you guys let me know how you're feeling after this loss. All right, stream. Video recorded. I see we got KB in the chat. Great season, but we're not ready yet. Listen, playoffs are never guaranteed. This type of success is never guaranteed. So hopefully we can sustain it. That's all I'll say, because every year is a new year, and I'm not going to say at least we made it. I just can't say it. But yeah, definitely a good season. From a high level, definitely a good season. Some people are saying, let's go Niners. I guess that's our best shot out of the NFC. I'd love to see the Niners go to the Super Bowl and lose to Joe Burrow. I'd love to see that. Yeah, that soft coverage, I do think I think it allowed them to get a little hot. I mean, those underneath screens, people were saying like the screens were doing that because of the blitzing, but they were doing that against soft coverage because they were so far off that you're giving the guy a running start to catch this ball and get upfield and pretty much pick wherever he wants to run. Hate how everyone is saying we should trade for a wide receiver when we really need a playmaking linebacker to trade for. Yeah, I mean, we need both in the worst way, but I think a linebacker is definitely a bigger need. Blake Martinez was somebody I hated, but I wish we still had him because he was a good tackler. Yeah, Blake Martinez did tackle, and he was a lot better against the run. Blake Martinez didn't want to be here, though, because it ended up coming out that Blake Martinez didn't want to be here, and he got released because pretty much he didn't want to be here because he wasn't able to call the shots as that guy with the dot on his helmet. He wasn't able to call the plays. He wasn't going to be as important of a player. He wasn't going to be a 3-down player anymore. So he pretty much packed it up and said he didn't want to be here anymore. And hasn't really worked out too well for him being on the Raiders, but that's how he wanted it. Eagles own Giants. I mean, it is what it is. Life is for living. That's the truth. It's literally been, I mean, from 13 to 18, or 13, whatever the math is on that. The Eagles beat us 8 times in a row. The Eagles beat us 8 times in a row one time, and ever since then, I mean, what if we beat them maybe twice since they beat us 8 times in a row? Maybe we beat them twice. So it's been a complete domination. It's been a complete domination. I literally can't say anything. I can't say anything. Y'all did what's, even most Eagles fans didn't say that y'all would come out and beat us like this. But if you thought that y'all would come out and do this, then you were right. As far as how much they will punish us. Well, he just didn't want to play football. He collects Pokemon cards now. Yeah, I mean, also he was going to be a 2-down guy, but yeah, he probably does just want to. Oh yeah, he retired. Yeah, he ended up retiring after that Raider signing. But yeah, he sold a Pokemon card and he retired. But I don't think, some people try to say that Pokemon card, he sold that to retire, but he had millions in the bank already. Definitely, he made a bunch of money. But it's what, 11:15. Unless y'all have anything crazy in the chat, I'm probably gonna work on uploading this video. Yeah, and clipping that rant from earlier. So I'll try to get out a video tomorrow or the day after. Recap season video. That'll probably be more positive. But again, like I said, I wasn't gonna come out here and celebrate losing to the Eagles. Like, it was an accomplishment that we lost to the Eagles. I'm not gonna do that. Not going to do it. And at this point, there's nothing. After Boston Scott scored that last touchdown, I was like, at this point, there's nothing. I can't get any more angry than I can get. So I just started calming down. There's no more angry I can get after Boston Scott scored that touchdown. After that, I completely lost it. Like at that point, I had lost it. And then the dude James Smith comes in the comments and calls me a fair weather fan because I'm not celebrating and praising the Giants. Like at that point, I was done. But you guys have a good night. Hopefully tomorrow's games are some good games. Hopefully tomorrow's games are good. The Giants did not do their 2007, 2011 kind of thing where it's like, they go on a magical run. And remember this in 2007. This is the first time the Giants lost to a number 1 seed in the playoffs. And shout out to Modern Day J for the 199. He said, shout out to, I'll read it off, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. Shout out to the New York G Strings. All right, guys. I'm going to, like I said, get out of here. And content will be coming soon on the season as a whole. Maybe some film stuff from this game. But other than that, I usually don't say this, but it's the playoffs, whatever. Congrats to the Eagles. I don't wish you good luck in the future, but congrats to the Eagles. They came out and dominated. They played their play. They did their thing. They came out after being out for, basically weeks of not being able to really play together as a unit. And they came together and did what they were supposed to do. They came and beat us down. That's probably all you're going to get from me. But, yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of the playoffs. I'll probably be making videos throughout this time. But you guys enjoy the playoffs tomorrow. And hopefully the next time you see the Giants, there'll be a much better roster. So I'm going to get out of here.